Welcome to Delphic Talk. Today we have our distinguished guest, Dr. Samira Bansal ma'am, along with us. Ma'am is a Kathak dance legend and Deputy Registrar at Prachin Kala Kendra, Chandigarh. Ma'am has given many performances and also been a recipient of meritorious awards. So ma'am, I, Molly Sharma of class 12, invite you to DAV Delphic Club, Sector 15, Chandigarh.
Namaskar. First of all, I will like to wish you, and I am so grateful to DAV Delphic Council, and I feel so fortunate to be here on this platform, which is all dedicated to the promotion and propagation of art and culture, and that's call of my heart. I always think that the promotion of Kathak dance or any art is my mission of my life, and I want to promote these classical arts because I am a dancer, so I want to promote Kathak classical dance into the hearts of the next generation, so that they fall in love with this art and they learn with full dedication and full commitment. Thank you.
Now my first question for you is, what are your views on art?
Beta Molly, art for me is a thing which should have a purpose. Anything which is, it's not a decorative thing, it's not an ornamental thing that people think that art is being sophisticated, being aesthetically mature. No. For me, art is a thing which should be beautiful, one, which should be aesthetically beautiful, very important for an art to be. And another thing is that it should be very much meaningful for our existence. That means it should be existentially meaningful too. Because I always tell my students in my lectures, I always share that art, for me, my Kathak is not something very ornamental. It's not a showpiece of my drawing room, which will have dust with time and I might change it and discard it and bring a new one. It's not that for me. For me, it is a very basic metaphor I am going to use, that for me my art, my Kathak dance is a kind of patila of my kitchen, which is used every day, and I use it every day, I wash it every day, and it shines with every use, and it goes deep into my heart every day.
Now ma'am, itne legendary dancer or being a legendary dancer, who inspired you to be a Kathak dancer?
Not as such not and one personality. It's very difficult to pinpoint one thing. There are a series of happenings in your life which finally take you to your call of your heart. Because once you are born, you are not aware that what is there inside you. It's very important. Lucky are those people who get to know about their inner potential at the right age and at the right place. Okay. Then, in the beginning, it was my mother, who was a very good. She retired as a principal from a government institution, but in the evening, every day, she was so fond of dancing. She was so fond of dancing. Which dancing? Gidda. In every evening we will sit down after having dinner and completing all homeworks and all. We will around 7:30 we will all, me, my sister, and she's a doctor, and my mother will sit down and we sing bolis, we dance, we sweat a lot, and then we sleep. This used to be our end of the day activity. So and by then the next step was wherever the dholki used to be played. I spent my formative years in Rajpura. Though I was born in Chandigarh, but my parents resided in Rajpura, so I was there till my 5th class. तो कभी किसी का लेडी संगीत होना, कोई ढोलकी बज रही होती थी, छतें connected होती हैं घरों की ना sometimes. So I used to jump. People say kote tapni hai na. Then I used to jump from the roofs, 1 to the 3rd and the 4th. Then I will go wherever the dholki is being played, and I will dance. And I will forget that I have to go back also. I mean, that was the passion in me. By and by, in my school, I was given opportunities to learn from different people. There was no teacher of Kathak at that time. Still, people come from Rajpura to me that we don't have a good teacher there. So, some teacher used to come from Patiala. थोड़ा सा मेरा exposure तब हुआ. Then उसके बाद, then finally once I came to watch a performance of I don't remember the name of the dancer. I came to watch the performance from Rajpura to Chandigarh on one of the festivals of Prachin Kala Kendra. When I was in class 5th or 6th, I don't remember. That ignited a fire in me that I have to learn this. That's why I got inspired. And then the connections, मतलब जिसमें हिंदी में कहते हैं कड़ियाँ जुड़ी, and the things, I firmly believe that God is preparing you. Every moment of your life, God is preparing. You call it God or you call it that supernatural power, that nature is holding your hand and taking you to the final destination. Now if I look back, maybe still ahead, I don't know where I will be. If I look back, then when I connect the dots, I can realize it. I can feel that I was taken from that young girl playing gidda, dancing on gidda Punjabi beats, and that still I enjoy so much. But to being a classical dancer, to have knowledge and to be a professional dancer, it was all God taking me step by step, and the things went in place, and I am there where we are.
Yes. Ma'am, who is your guru?
My guru, I was very fortunate enough to have my fatherly gurus. First of all, my guru is my mom, my Masi. Then after 5th, I used to cook. I took admission in a government senior secondary school, sector 18. Then I used to stay with my Masi. She was very much in love with me, and she inspired me to continue also. And my first guru was in Prachin Kala Kendra, Guru Kanhaiya ji. Then I learned from my Guru Dr. Shobha Kausar. Then I am still learning from Guru Brij Mohan Gandani ji. And all these three are wonderful artists, wonderful gurus.
Yes. Ma'am, क्योंकि learning एक process है, so in this process, have you ever experienced some struggles?
Yeah, very true. It is a process. You can't say that. अब एक शेर होता है, एक दो couplets I came across that आर्टिस्ट के लिए कहा जाता है कि मुसाफिर है सफ़र करना तेरा मुकद्दर है ना. It's a journey. You are a traveler. Every artist is a traveler. He never reaches his final goal till he is alive. Every time मंजिलें कहीं और भी, मरहले कहीं और भी. मतलब there can be destinations, there can be halts, but the final destination is never reached till you are alive. There is so much to learn. There is so much to learn, and there are ups and downs in life which hinder your learning that journey. वही मैं कहती हूँ कि हमेशा पड़ाव होते हैं, रुकना पड़ जाता है. But most important is your endurance. That if you keep walking towards one direction, if you have that passion, if you have that fire in you, that takes you along.
Yes. मैम, तो आपने वर्क बैलेंस और फैमिली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के बीच में कैसे अपना बैलेंस?
बेटा, there is a concept of authentic power. If you are doing what maybe you are created for, or if you are enjoying what you are doing, है ना, then you don't feel that it's a work. Then everything falls in place. You prioritize your things and everything falls in place. Of course, I am fortunate to have full cooperation and facilitation from my family, from my husband, Mr. Sajal Kausar, my Guru Ma, Guru Shobha Kausar ji, and my children and my students.
Yes.
That keeps it going. I don't know how balance is being created, but I am here where I am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, being so positive, what makes you this positive? What are your traits as a positive individual?
I think my art. Because I have realized that there are some lows and ups in your life. You know? The days I'm not dancing, I'm not performing, I'm not talking about performances, I'm talking about my ideas. I enjoy more my ideas than being on the stage. Because that is yourself and the God and your art. So, whatever comes your way, you can carry on, and my motivation is my dance. My guiding force is my dance. The days I don't dance, I don't rehearse due to some A, B, C or D reasons, then I have no energy. I feel so low. And if it passes a week, then people will come and tell me, what's happened? Are you fine? Are you fine? And the days I'm dancing, people say I'm in love. The days I'm in dance, I say I'm in dance, then people, even the unknown person will, from the other side of the road, will come and tell me, ma'am, you're so beautiful. What's going on? I mean, that's the power of any art. That's what I have felt.
And then what's your journey in Prachin Kala Kendra?
Prachin Kala Kendra, I started my journey when I was a student of class 6th, and I came here as a student, and my first exposure to Prachin Kala Kendra was that my family, my parents used to take me to Chandigarh. As I told you, I used to reside in Rajpura with my parents, which is about 45 kilometers from Chandigarh. It was on our family calendar, जैसे summer vacations होती हैं वैसे ही भास्कर सम्मेलन होता था. I mean, it was on our family calendar that in March, after the exam, we have to go and see this 4 days ka festival. That exposed me to artists and exposed me to all these classical arts, which is being organized for the last 61 years. So that's how I got introduced to Prachin Kala Kendra. I think it is Prachin Kala Kendra, because of Prachin Kala Kendra, that I am still dancing, and I learned. First of all, I was a student. After that, I became a teacher here. Then I became a Deputy Registrar. Now I am convener of ICCR teaching program. So it goes on. And
that's very great, ma'am. Ma'am, what is your success mantra?
Success mantra, I can't how to word it. My success mantra is maybe I'm very, very empathetic person. I'm very emotional, and my success mantra is my hard work, I think. I mean, anything, whatever talent you have, whatever God has given, it doesn't work without your hard work. Unless you work from your core of your heart, you put in your best into whatever you're doing, that makes it happen.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is dance to you?
My life. Dance is my life, because as I told you, without dance I cannot imagine me.
Ma'am, is commercialization necessary for art forms?
To some extent yes, and to some extent no. There should be a degree of commercialization, because everything has to be lucrative. If it is not, how can you spend your life doing this? But in arts it's very difficult. And in arts, in India, it's very unfortunate that I always say that how many next generation have to answer this question कि बेटा डांस तो करती हूँ पर और क्या करती हूँ? Why dance is not sufficient enough? हमारे as a teacher हमारे सामने I have seen talented going waste. सामने दिख रहा होता है कि ये dance we can carve, create and a great dancer in this, but we take them out and we force them to study or this or that because system is like that. It is so unfortunate. Otherwise, it is such a waste of human resource. Okay, everyone has to study, but every generation should not be forced to do something which they are not created for. I think we should respect God for the potential He gives in every vessel, in every individual, so that if you are doing what you have been created for, then you fly with the flow. Na? You fly with the wind. And if you are being created for being a dancer and you are forced to be a doctor, then it's very difficult. That's why I come to your question that commercialization should be there to some extent, so that the person who is dedicating his life to dance should be able to earn respectfully live his life and be economically independent. है ना? Otherwise, art will remain as a hobby. You can't take it as a profession. And dance, these arts are very expensive arts, very difficult to, without doing any other profession, you cannot, it's very hard. It's very full of problems for the people who are totally dependent upon these arts. So commercialization, so that the gurus also earn good enough, so that the student is also getting, and those who can pay should pay well to the teachers, so that the art survives in the end.
Yes, ma'am. आपके बच्चों के
but sorry to interrupt you, but doing commercialization for classical art, like अब बॉलीवुड मूवीज पे जो आजकल हम देख रहे हैं, रील्स पे डांस हो रहा है, they don't know the meaning of the wordings. English गानों पे कथक हो रहा है, that's bad. That's very bad. Doing anything to earn money is bad. So that much commercialization is not good. But to earn respectable living through the art, this much commercialization should be done. It's not being done. One side we see that wait for another 50 years, you will not find even gurus. The traditionally learned gurus will be extinct. The kind of scenario we are working in. The YouTube, everything is good, fine, but that cannot replace your one-to-one, replace your traditional Guru Shishya Parampara learning.
Yes. मैम, जो फ्यूचर कथक एस्पिरेंट्स हैं उनके लिए आपकी क्या व्यूज हैं और आप कैसे उनको मोटिवेट करोगे कि वो अपने कथक को आगे इन लाइफ परस्यू कर सकें?
बिल्कुल बेटा, पहली तो बात है कि हार्ड वर्क का कोई सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं है. इफ़ यू आर वर्किंग हार्ड इन वन डायरेक्शन, रियाज करिए, गुरु के प्रति श्रद्धा रखिए, because unless you respect the source, you cannot imbibe what is coming from that source. अगर आपकी गुरु की इज्जत नहीं करते, आप कभी भी उसकी बात को दिल पे लेके और आंखें बंद करके समर्पण करोगे तो यू कैन. I think it should be true for every side of knowledge, even the studies, even any subject you learn. If you don't respect the source, you can never learn. Respect your teachers and manage your time so that you can have best of both the worlds. Because management of time is so important. You can't be dancing all the day, all the time. You have to study also. That's very important. As I told you, और क्या करना है, और क्या भी तो करना है ना. तो उसके साथ डांस करिए, बिल्कुल करिए, क्योंकि अपना these arts are like a window of fresh air, which gives you energy, which gives you authentic power, gives you life. And otherwise you have to work also and be a professional so that you are not dependent upon. It's very difficult otherwise to earn your living from these arts. as even I did my doctorate in psychology first. Being from a academician's family, my father said, "Give me a good." After 12th, there was a big question what to do. Then my father said, all my siblings are somebody's doctor, somebody's scientist, so they are all like that. But my father respected my passion, and he says, "Okay, give me some good academic degree, then you dance for the rest of your life." And that's what happened. I did my doctorate in psychology first, then I did my master's in dance from this GCG, Punjab University again. Then after that I got a job of a lecturer in psychology also. But finally your heart wins. What my hobby I used to do in my hobby now is my profession, is the whole day, and I was fortunate enough.
मैम आपका फ्यूचर जनरेशंस के लिए क्या मैसेज है?
फ्यूचर जनरेशन को मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि वेस्ट के पीछे मत भागिए. हमारी जो ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट्स हैं उनमें दे आर टोटली कंप्लीट इन देमसेल्व्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, हम रैप की बात करते हैं. वी फील वेरी कूल व्हेन वी सिंग रैप, एंड आई विल से दैट वी हैव बीन हैविंग दिस रैप सिंस 4th century. लेट मी शो यू वन. अब मैं आपको बताती हूँ, एक राधा का संपूर्ण श्रृंगार एक रैप की तरह. अब हनी सिंह के रैप को, वर्ड्स को सब्स्टिट्यूट करके देखिए ऐसे, जैसे करत 16 श्रृंगार सज धज गागर सिर धरनिक सिरा थे जात है पन घट पन्हारन भरन जल जमुना पुनी शिशिनी रखड़ी चुटल सोहत कालिंदर भविनाग जो केसर तिल कन चमके तारे दृगन कजरा चंद्र रेखा नख में नथ सोही कानों में झूमर गले में गरसरी बाह में बाजूबंद कर में कंगन थल में मेहंदी शोभित रंग गुलाब शाह कटी में करधनी पग में पायल चुमुक 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 बिछुआ बाजे चुम चचुम 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 चुम चुम.
वेरी ग्रेट मैम.
So this is our rap. The whole, हम तो जीरो वर्ल्ड को देके बैठे हुए थे जब there was no system in the world. So we belong to that culture. We should be proud of ourselves. Being Indian is such a proud thing to be. अब ऐसे एक और बात है, अब हम कहते हैं कि WhatsApp पे शॉर्ट में चल रही है सारी बातें हैं. WhatsApp पे through, I want to tell the next generation that it's everything which you can express through Kathak. Kathak is a complete art itself. For example, there were two friends once messaged that what do we do, where do we go, weekend hai, let's make some program. The other says, no, he was busy, maybe he was feeling low, did not answer. He again asked, what's up dude, what do we do, where do we go, then the second says, okay, talk to you later. Uska abbreviation hota hai TTYL. The first one got so angry and he said, go to hell. So how do we say this conversation in Kathak? Na din din na na din din na na din din na tak din din. What's up do? What do we do? Where do we go? What do we do? Where do we go? TTYL GTH dhati tha tha dhati da ta dhati da da dhati da ta dhati da tere kit tak dhati da. What's up do? What do we do? Where do we go? What do we do? Where do we go? TTYL GTH. So there is nothing. I feel that I want to sugarcoat my Kathak and give it to my next generation. So they should not think that, okay, this is some classical art, we do respect this from 12th century. Hoga Kathak theek hai, who is talking about Lord Krishna, who is talking about old things. But I want to talk about today's world's problems through Kathak. So that they feel connected, they feel associated, they feel empathetic to my art. So that's my speciality, to work in the field of applied Kathak. So I apply my Kathak to today's problems, and then we go by, and there's a very, very beautiful thing about this next generation is that once they fall in love with something, then they will do anything. They will squeeze their timetables, they will do anything to dance. I have students who have their next मतलब maths का exam next day, but they will come to me, dance for an hour, and they, once I got so scared, मैं क्या, why are you here? You, one of my students, मैं क्या, you had your exam tomorrow. You have your exams tomorrow. She says, ma'am, this is my break. She says, I have studied my course till now. I had to take a break, so I am here to dance, to take your class. So if this becomes your break, this is my message to the next generation, that make these arts your break. Then there will be never dearth of time to pursue them. है ना? And one more thing, we always talk about breathless compositions. है ना? बिना रुके बोलते हैं हम. कथक में तो सदियों से है ये. जैसे now there are 111 dhas in this. There is no taking, no break in between. Dharanda kit dha, dhara kit dha, dhara kit tagdum kit dharanda kit dharanda kit dhara, dhara kit tagdum kit dharanda kit dharanda kit dha, dhara kit tagdum kit dharanda kit dharanda, dhara dharanda kit dha, dhara kit dha, dhara kit tagdum kit dharanda kit dharanda kit. दादा की तक दुम की दादा की दादा की दादा दादा की तक दुम की दादा की दादा की दादा दादा की दादा की दादा की तक दुम दा की दादा की दादा दादा की तक दुम दादा की दादा दादा की तक दुम दादा की दादा.
Wow, man.
So our arts are so great. अभी तो there's so much to learn, so much to learn. I mean, the more you go, more you learn. It is an bottomless ocean है. इतना रोज कितनी बारी तो मतलब you are so overwhelmed that there is so much to learn. How will I do that? I mean, whenever make it a way of your life. Next, my message to next generation is that how now I am so busy. I have so many roles to play. How I do it? I write it here. Whatever piece I want to learn, I write it here, on my wrist. And maybe while cooking food, you happen to see it, then you decide while going for cycling. By the time I come back, it's done. Every day I have a small goal for me, since morning till evening. Before going to bed, it is so. So make your own way, cut and tailor your priorities, and that's how we will go.
मैम दैट वाज सो मेस्मराइजिंग एंड ऑसम. और मुझे ये लगता है कि हर इंसान जो आपकी इस जोश टॉक को देख रहा है, इसको व्यू कर रहा है, ही इज़ सो इंस्पायर्ड. एंड उसका ये मन है कि आपकी जर्नी में कि वो एक हिस्सा बने, और इस एज चाहे कैसी सी भी हो, बट वो आपके डांस का, आपके आर्ट फॉर्म का हिस्सा बने. दैट वाज आवर मोटिव ऑफ द जोश टॉक, एंड थैंक यू सो मच.
माय प्लेजर डियर. जितने लोग people can fall in love with Kathak, that's my mission of my life. I want to spread it to every heart.
Thank you so much.